the only region in the world where women are more likely to be entrepreneurs than men. But their businesses are not as profitable, have lower sales and fewer employees. A report by the World Bank issued today in Ghana focuses on unlocking the potential of women's businesses in Africa to narrow the gender gap. Women need to be trained to develop more effective entrepreneurial skills. They also need more secure savings mechanisms and better access to large cash grants. And I have the pleasure of welcoming the Chief Executive of the Entrepreneur Network, AfroLink, Moses Acquah. Thank you very much for joining us. Tell us, first of all, about women actually getting their hands on cash to start up a business, because I believe that's a problem here.
Thank you, Ben, for asking this question. I think I will start by talking about the history that African culture has always made women to become more entrepreneurial, more managerial. If you look at what has happened in the past, we have men who actually going to look for jobs and women starting to learn entrepreneurial skills at home, managing their home and then being able to start small businesses. You're right when it comes to access to finance. I think the problem has always been that we have a typical way of actually accessing finance and or giving finance to people like women in the sense that most often these women have properties that are in the name of men. And so it's always been a problem for them to actually unlock the finances that men can actually unlock. But I think that definitely things are changing, and actually we do definitely need some education from the women's side, but also education from the lenders, the borrowers, and also investors to understand not only going for conventional ways of actually giving money to women, but also understanding what are the dynamics of understanding who an entrepreneur is and actually granting them such investment or such capital for them to grow their businesses.
So there's the problem of accessing finance and then also accessing education. What's the problem on the educational front?
So the education is actually twofold. Yes, women need to be educated to understand how to actually present themselves so that they will be able to unlock these finances. Because like I said earlier, imagine you as a woman or as a mother who has assets in the name of the husband or the man, definitely makes it difficult for you to actually go and access money from a bank because everything is not in your name. At the same time, the bankers or the investors also need to be educated on the dynamics when it comes to women entrepreneurs, because we always look at it from the risk factor. Normally, actually, it's high risk for a single man to be able to get grants as compared to a woman who actually has more investment in terms of understanding how they are able to manage their home, manage their business, and actually show growth. Definitely the growth might not be as high as we expect, but these are key elements and key factors we need to also take in mind when we are actually analyzing and actually evaluating when it comes to granting of loan and capital. So yes, we need to definitely educate in both sectors. Women definitely need more education. We need to also bridge the gap, because a lot of times it had been the fact that more girls were not allowed to go to school. Of course, now it has changed, but we need to do more and we need to be more conscious about it.
You keep saying need. Just tell me really briefly, how much would Africa benefit from stronger female entrepreneurs?
I would say Africa would really have a leapfrog, just like we have had mobile technology as a leapfrog. If we now make women as the key transformators of our economy, definitely things would definitely change, because a lot of women entrepreneurs are actually not even classified or even brought into the formal sector. We normally do not even categorize them into it. And so definitely Africa would have a leapfrog in terms of economy if we actually engage more women in the transformation of our economy.
CEO of AfroLink, Moses Acquah, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Ben.